How to get a job as an HVAC technician in 2025. Listen up. I've been crawling through attics, sweating my ass off in basements, and fixing broken AC units for 29 years. 29 years. And let me tell you something. If you're thinking about getting into HVAC in 2025, you picked the right time, but also the wrong time if you're not ready to hustle. Before we get started, smash that like button and subscribe. All right, let's get into it. The brutal truth about HVAC right now. Here's what nobody's telling you about HVAC in 2025. It's not the same industry I started in back in 99. Back then, you could show up with a toolbox and a pulse and somebody would hire you. Today, companies are desperate for good techs, but they're also pickier than an Instagram food blogger at a gas station hot dog stand. Why? Because technology changed everything. Smart thermostats, heat pumps that think they're computers, diagnostic tools that cost more than my first car. The old school figure it out as you go mentality, dead. But here's the thing, and this is why I'm so pumped about this industry right now. The demand is insane. Climate change means more extreme weather. More extreme weather means more broken HVAC systems. More broken systems means more work for us. Plus, and this is the kicker, half the workforce is about to retire. Jim from my old shop, he's 64. His knees sound like bubble wrap when he climbs up the ladder. Sarah from ABC Heating, she's already planning her exit strategy. The industry is hemorrhaging experienced techs. And guess what that means for you? Opportunity. But first, let's talk about reality before you start dreaming about six-figure salaries and company trucks. Let me hit you with some truth. This job will break you down physically. Your back will hurt. Your knees will ache. You'll get cuts, burns, and bruises you didn't even know were possible. You'll work in 120-degree attics in July and crawl through frozen basements in January. You'll deal with customers who think you're trying to rip them off, even when you're saving them thousands. And sometimes you'll question every life choice that led you to be elbow deep in a condensate pan at 9 p.m. on a Saturday. But here's why I'm still here after almost 3 decades. When that 85-year-old lady's AC breaks in August and you fix it in 2 hours and she hugs you like her grandson, that's why we do this. When a young family with a newborn baby calls you at midnight because their heat went out and you get them warm again, that's the real paycheck. Plus, the actual paychecks are pretty damn good too. The money talk, because we're all adults here. Let's be real. You want to know what you'll make. Entry level in 2025, expect $35K to $45K starting out. But here's where it gets interesting. After 2 years with some certifications, $50K to $65K. 5 years in with good skills and customer service, $65K to $80K plus. And if you're really good, if you become that guy they call for tough jobs, if you can diagnose problems other techs can't figure out, $80K to $120K is absolutely possible. I know techs making more than some doctors. Hell, I know one guy who makes more than a college professor, and he never went to college himself. But here's the catch. There's always a catch, right? The money follows the skills, not the other way around. Getting started. Your game plan for 2025. All right, enough philosophy. Let's get tactical. Step 1, education, but not what you think. Forget 4-year degrees. We don't need them. What you do need, trade school or community college HVAC program, 6 months to 2 years, or an apprenticeship program, or military experience, Navy, Air Force, our gold mines for HVAC knowledge. Here's my honest take. If you can swing it, do a formal program first. I started with just an apprenticeship, and I spent years catching up on stuff I should have learned day one. The technology changes so fast now. You need that foundation. Hey everyone, if you have some trouble deciding what trade career to choose, check out Course Careers, free intro courses where you can learn more about certain careers and determine which one would be the best fit for you. There are trade courses on HVAC, plumbing, electrical, construction, project managing, construction estimating, architectural drafting, CAD design, and logistics coordinator. I have provided the link in the description and pinned the comments below. These free courses will give you the real taste of what each trade is actually like before you commit time and money. Step 2, certifications. Your golden ticket, EPA 608 certification. This is mandatory. You cannot touch refrigerant without it, period. NATE certification, Northern American Technician Excellence. This separates you from the wannabes. Manufacturer certifications, Carrier, Train, Goodman. Pick the brand big in your area. OSHA 10 or 30 shows you take safety seriously. And here's a pro tip. Don't wait until you're done with school to start these. Get your EPA 608 ASAP. Some employers will hire you just for having it. Step 3, tools. Don't go broke day one. Every new tech makes the same mistake. They think that they need every tool in the catalog. Wrong. Start with basics. Good multimeter, manifold gauges, basic hand tools, safety equipment. Do not cheap out on this. Budget $1,500 to $2,500 for starting tools. I know it sounds like a lot, but think of it as an investment, not an expense. A good multimeter will pay for itself in the first week. And don't buy the cheapest crap. Your life might depend on these tools. The job hunt, where the magic happens. Here's where most people screw up. They apply everywhere and hope something sticks. That's amateur hour. Here's the pro strategy. Research companies in your area. Really research them. Look at their reviews on Google, Better Business Bureau, Glassdoor. Check their social media. Do they treat employees like people or like equipment? Look for companies that invest in training. These are your gold mine employers. When you find 3 to 5 companies you actually want to work for, then you apply. But here's the secret sauce. Don't just submit an online application. Show up in person with a 1-page resume. I know. Nobody does that anymore. Exactly. That's why it works. When every other candidate is just another email in their inbox, you're the person they actually met. You become real to them. The interview, your moment to shine. Most HVAC interviews are pretty straightforward, but you can stand out with these moves. Bring photos of projects you've worked on, even if they're from school. Ask about their training program. Show you want to learn. Ask about advancement opportunities. Show you're thinking long term. And here's the big one. Ask about their safety record. Companies with good safety records take care of their people. Companies with bad safety records don't take care of their people. Also, dress like you give a damn. You don't need a suit, but clean work pants and a polo shirt show respect. I've seen guys show up in ripped jeans or shorts and wonder why they didn't get hired. Come on, man. Your first 90 days, survival mode. Congratulations, you got the job. Now the real learning begins. Here's how to not get fired in your first 3 months. Show up early. Stay late, at least at first. Ask questions, lots of questions. Better to ask than to guess and mess something up. Take notes, your phone, a notebook, whatever, but document what you learn. Find a mentor. Every shop has that guy who knows everything. Become his shadow. And for the love of all that's holy, listen to the experienced techs. I don't care if they seem grumpy or old school, they've forgotten more about HVAC than you currently know. The skills that actually matter. Technical knowledge is important, but it's not everything. Here are the skills that will make or break your career. Problem solving. Every call is a mystery. You're basically a detective with wrenches. Communication. You'll spend half your time explaining stuff to customers who don't speak HVAC. Time management. Efficiency is everything in this business. Physical fitness. This job will test your body every single day. And here's one nobody talks about. Emotional resilience. You'll deal with frustrated customers, demanding bosses, and equipment that seems possessed by demons. You need thick skin and a sense of humor. Trust me, after 29 years, the sense of humor is what keeps me sane. The technology revolution. This is where HVAC gets exciting in 2025. Smart home integration is everywhere now. Customers want their thermostats connected to Alexa, their HVAC systems monitored by apps, their energy usage tracked by real time. If you can figure out the tech side, you'll be unstoppable. Learn about Wi-Fi thermostats and smart controls, variable speed equipment, heat pumps. They're having a moment. Energy efficiency programs, indoor air quality solutions. The old school guys who refuse to learn this stuff, they're getting left behind. Don't be that guy. Career paths. Where do you go from here? HVAC isn't just being a service tech forever. Service technician, lead technician, service manager or service technician, installation crew, installation supervisor, service technician, sales manager, service technician. Start your own company. I've seen guys go from changing filters to owning million-dollar companies, but it all starts with mastering the basics. The mistakes that kill careers. Let me save you some pain. Don't cut corners on safety, ever. I've seen too many good techs get hurt because they were in too much of a hurry. Don't burn bridges. The HVAC world is smaller than you think. That jerk customer today might be your boss's best friend. Don't stop learning. Technology changes every year. If you're not growing, you're dying. Don't neglect your body. Stretch, exercise, see a doctor when things hurt. This job is a marathon, not a sprint. And here's the big one. Don't let the bad days define you. Some days nothing will go right. Equipment will break. Customers will yell. Your boss will be impossible. That's not the job. That's Tuesday. The good days, when you solve the impossible problem, when you save someone's day, when you realize you actually know what you're doing, those days make it all worth it. Final thoughts. Why I'm still here after 29 years. This industry gave me everything. A good living for my family, skills that will never go out of style, stories that would make you laugh and cry, and the satisfaction of fixing things that actually matter. In a world full of desk jobs and digital everything, there's something pure about working with your hands, about solving real problems for real people, about being the guy who shows up when everything's broken and makes it work again. Is it easy? Hell no. Is it worth it? Absolutely. 2025 is going to be an incredible year for new HVAC techs. The demand is there. The money is there. The opportunities are endless. The only question is, are you ready to work for it? If this video helped you, smash that like button. If you want more unfiltered trade career advice, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And remember, why did the HVAC tech break up with his girlfriend? Because she had no heat and he couldn't find her pilot light. Peace out.